We
God.
good to go?
No, yeah, I was recording it. I didn't even start.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't. You usually start. That's my
No,
bad.
I was supposed to, and I just didn't.
Oh,
Ah! Woo! Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome. We're doing some video content, more video content for y'all. And we thought this mock draft, Zach and I, and Drew actually, Zach had a double helping of help. We did it with some of our friends, Reese and Brent at Harder and Yard. Shout them out. Fantasy Football Know It All. Shout out again. Thank you for hosting. And Fantasy Football Therapist. Also, Fantasy Bulletin. All awesome pages. Like I said in our post, if you don't follow them, you should. You're an idiot. Zach and I did this, as I said before, just reiterating now.
correct.
I
We
was
we
sitting,
in fact did this.
we did in
We.
fact do this. The thing
Mhm,
was,
mhm.
is that a light? Wait, oh, live. Nope. That doesn't help. Okay. Zach was sitting at what, pick 3 to go with?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, I got the third pick. I joined the kind of draft scene a little bit late, as far as picking my spot. James, what slot did you have? 7?
That would be 8.
You had 8. Oh, okay. All right. So
Wait, no, no,
I
no, no,
was.
no, 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 no.
Oh,
7. You're right, 7.
oh, wow. Look at that. That was a complete guess, but I just
Kill it.
picked a number in the middle there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with 3. It was between 3, 10, and 12, and I was like, probably not going to go 12. And I was like, don't want to draft too close to James, because then he's gonna end up getting some, the players that I wanted before he did. So,
Uh,
which still happened.
Definitely happened
Anyways,
a bunch in this draft. It was a good draft, though. A lot of fun people and a lot of really good like chirping going on. It's
yeah,
quality
absolutely.
people, quality mock draft. Getting me excited for the year. I think we're like 3 months out.
Technically speaking, I mean they canceled preseason, so yeah.
Wait, they full canceled it?
hmm
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, the owners voted on it a couple days ago.
I don't believe you. All right.
You don't
So
have to.
Zach, you can lead this one off. Like you said, you have the first pick.
Sure.
We'll go down our strategy too with all this. So
So, I mean, my general strategy with Drew, so we kind of had a dual-headed attack going on. We were definitely tight end heavy in this draft. We drafted 3 tight ends.
wait, really?
Yeah, 100%. Oh wait. Oh no, we didn't. I'm sorry. That's a lie.
Yeah, no.
We were planning on drafting 3 tight ends. But then somebody swooped in and took Austin Hooper the pick before us. So we had to organize. Yeah. But anyways, so
Man,
our plan was to go tight end heavy, and try to use like interchangeable tight ends at the flex. And we also went wide receiver and rookie heavy as well. So we had an interesting strategy. The running back committee that we had is not great, but first overall pick, not great, but first overall pick, Michael Thomas. I mean, best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah,
Hands down.
also should mention this was a PPR mock.
Correct. Yep.
So
This is
Thomas
what, 12
PPR.
team, 14 rounds.
12 team, 14.
We didn't draft defense or kickers either. It was all standard players.
Yeah, Know It All actually plans out what he does on like us. We're just like, yeah, just join a random Yahoo one. We'll figure it out.
So yeah, I mean, Michael Thomas, you know what you're getting with him. He's still got Drew Brees. He's still the number 1 receiving threat in the league. Even if by Chris's standards, just a shout out, if he doesn't, get the same receptions as last year, he's still the best receiver in the league. He still will get like 120 receptions minimum.
Right.
So, I mean, I really think it's these top picks don't really need a lot of explanation. I mean, you get what you're getting. Whatever spot you get, almost certain like who you're going to be picking on that spot. Number 3, Michael Thomas. I mean,
This might be the most dangerous thing for me to say right now, and I'm going to be jinxing every single person, so mark this. I feel like this is the most secure first round I've had in a long time.
I wouldn't say
Picks, but
I don't know if I would say secure. I feel like it's predictable.
okay.
And like, because I mean, I feel like, um, the number one overall pick is definitely there. I mean, everyone knows it's Christian McCaffrey. Dude has 1,000 on the ground, 1,000 through the air, and there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot beat those stats.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there was a clear number one pick, and then going by just we use sleeper, so going by the sleeper ADP, there was no clear concise pick number two. I mean, it was between Saquon and Michael Thomas, and they came in at around like 3.1, I think 3.1 average pick. So there was no clear concise second pick. So I mean, I feel like with the next 5 or 6 players, wherever you were drafting, you're gonna get a top 3 player.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I personally, I would go Saquon as that too, but
No, right. But I mean, at the same time, like some people value Michael Thomas, his receptions over Saquon's yards.
yeah, I mean, also in PPR, I feel like you can definitely back that.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a standard league, you're better off just.
Yeah, and I think that's a reason why we picked Michael Thomas at 3 is because let me just check who was right behind Michael Thomas. So we picked so Dalvin Cook was the next pick, and then it was Cook, and then Zeke, and then Kamara. So I mean, I know we agreed on the fact that if we're drafting, if we had Michael Thomas or Alvin Kamara, we'd pick Thomas first. I think that's no doubt
Yeah. Over Kamara in PPR?
over Kamara. Yeah.
Fair.
No, do you not believe so?
No, I mean, I think I've done drafts where I've ended up picking Kamara ahead of him, but that's because I want to go RB heavy, and they were standard, I believe, too.
Oh,
PPR,
that's fair. That's fair. In PPR, well, so obviously PPR where Michael Thomas the receptions is ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. I talked to Drew about this, and we didn't feel as though Dalvin Cook was going to have as good a year as he did last year, and we know Michael Thomas is consistent. Huh?
You don't think Dalvin Cook's just going to have a year?
Nah, nah. Maybe 10 games.
That holdout's
10
real.
games. Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. So, I mean, mock draft is a mock draft, so it should be interesting to see where Dalvin Cook falls if the holdout continues into actual drafts.
Yeah, I mean, only time will tell. You know?
Yeah.
Only time will only tell. Time is time. No, I was trying to pull up your draft and see if I could load it in between it.
No.
I'm not good.
Well, James, you had pick number 7. Who did you go with?
Yeah, dog. Pick 7, I went
this
with
pick.
Josh Jacobs.
Love that pick.
With everything this year, I've said it in every mock draft I'm doing. I'm going RB heavy. Josh Jacobs, although as you'll see later in the draft, I'm very confident in the rookie pieces they got. I think Josh Jacobs is still going to be a top 5 running back. I mean, last year alone, doesn't even say for me. Yeah, that's fine. In PPR last year alone, he even missed some games. He still ended up scoring 191.6 and 171.6 in standard fantasy. 13 games too. He missed 3 games. That up.
No, true. Not a bad pick.
I love his potential. I love what he's doing. I mean, he was ranked 14 and 21. He was ranked 21 in PPR. So it seems like a bit of a stretch in the first round, but I fully expect him to get more targets this year for them to utilize him properly. The big question mark being who is going to be throwing to him? Who is going to be
And I think another thing too is, does he hit the proverbial sophomore slump this year?
Yeah, no, that could hit. There's a bunch of players that could be smacked by the sophomore slump.
Oh no, absolutely.
AJ, DK.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a risky pick. I 100% agree with the pick. I love the pick. That's definitely a boom or bust pick right there.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stick with the thing, man. That my favorite.
I mean,
he dot risk it for the biscuit. I'm not gonna try to do the fancy medieval.
Thou art risking it for the biscuit.
Thou must risk it to acquire the biscuit.
So here's my question to you. So wide receivers were basically non-existent in the first round.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas, it was Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
which was Devontae Adams was the last pick in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing the other running backs that were there, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Kenyon Drake, Joe Mixon.
No. I'm not going
I
to bank on Derrick Henry getting 300 yards again.
no
Nick
that
Chubb splitting
carries. You mean?
carry. Sorry, Nick
Yeah,
Chubb, love him. I'm not going to bank on him splitting with Kareem.
yeah, that's fair.
Um, Joe Mixon's up there too.
Mm.
I think Joe Mixon and Josh, it could have gone 1A, 1B. I think they're both extremely talented young running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I like Josh's ability better in that system,
Sure.
especially because the quality of line in Oakland Vegas is much better.
That's true.
And Kenyon Drake, I don't know. I've banked on Kenyon Drake and I've been burned by Kenyon Drake.
That's
So
fair. I mean, you live and learn.
mix
You
in there.
you live by the sword, die by the sword, kind of thing. I get you.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we're coming around here, and I see your second pick here. Questionable pick, I have to say. Questionable pick.
Questionable. Tyreek Hill is my second round pick. This was a hard one actually for me. I don't remember who it was going around, but I was very nervous about that whole pick. I didn't want to go Tyreek there. If we're gonna be honest, I still think he's top. I can't even call him top 5. I don't really know where I'm willing to commit him. He's a top 10 wide receiver.
Mm.
As waste going for a second round on there, stretch, big stretch. There's a lot of reaches in my draft.
Yeah. No, they're the Tyreek Hill. So I love Tyreek Hill. Don't get me wrong. However, what you should have done, my friend, and let me give you some fantasy advice because I'm a fantasy explain you.
Yeah.
You buy low, my man. Mecole Hardman. Get him in like the 13th round, bro. He's gonna put up numbers. He's gonna put up numbers, dude. Watch him play. He's got the Tyreek speed, dude.
I know he does. They have burners.
They do exactly. So any one of them could go off.
I still trust Tyreek as being the number one guy. Mecole
No.
will have a hell of a year. No, you think Mecole steps as 1? You're an idiot. I love
I
Mecole.
don't think so. I think the mentality gets to Tyreek Hill this year. I think that he sees Mecole stepping up. He's like, oh shit, I gotta pump up my game, and then he fails at it.
Tyreek is going into his 5th year or 4th year.
I don't know.
Either way, it might be a contract year for him. Ooh.
Ooh, okay. So, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, no
All right. Well, so I want to say that I didn't really want this pick.
Next pick?
Drew,
Oh,
yeah,
is this a Drew pick?
Drew convinced me to kind of go with this, and I was like, fine, whatever, because he did so good last year. But I don't think he's going to do very well.
No! Oh my God! No, I hated this pick for you.
Mm-mm.
Are you?
I didn't like it either. But again,
very curious.
I
In a
would have
mock
loved.
full of people who are like fantasy experts, not like our sugar mama.
Yeah.
You did this.
Yeah. No.
Avoid.
Again, I didn't pick a running back until the 4th round. So this is what happens. Lamar Jackson. Woo woo.
Woo woo.
You got a problem? Come find me. Woo woo. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get your fantasy value out of him, but I just think we picked him too early. I would have rather have seen him go as our next pick. I would have rather have gotten honestly, I would have rather have gotten Clyde Edwards-Helaire than Lamar Jackson at that point.
Yeah. I think reaching for Lamar or Pat this year is a dangerous move.
Mm-hmm.
I also see I'm also Lamar scares me. I see a bit of regression there.
I do too. Well, I see an injury happening. I mean, I feel like it always happens. They have a phenomenal season. The next season they come back, there's just something a little different. People know how to scheme for them, and then that's when the injuries occur because they don't. They ad lib much on plays. Oh, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You lost connection a bit. You're good.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
I'm
Lamar like the plague.
I mean, QB1. I mean, obviously he's going to be the best QB. I don't know how his fantasy production is going to be this year. Last year it was unbelievable, but I mean, there's no way he
No.
continues that success. I mean, it's almost guaranteed that he drops. Um,
That
our
being
next,
said, I think he's still going to have a good year or
yeah,
one year. I don't think so. And I think there's so much talent deeper in the draft. Reaching for Lamar or Pat early is a mistake.
yeah. No, I mean, again, I agree. I was eating a sausage, so I didn't really have a choice. It was dinner time, man. 5:30.
All right. Yeah. No.
So our next pick, I love this guy. I'm very glad we actually picked him up in the third round because I think it's going to be a steal. George Kittle. I really, huh?
My tight end one.
Yeah. So Travis Kelce was drafted 2 slots before George Kittle. I just like my reasoning behind George Kittle over Travis Kelce. Weapons versus weapons. What weapons do the 49ers have? What weapons do the Chiefs have? The Chiefs have way more weapons. Way more weapons. They have 49ers have George Kittle and possibly Debo if he's not hurt.
Right.
Like George Kittle is going to get I'm banking on 110 receptions from that boy.
You're banking 110.
Oh, I'm telling you, Jimmy Garoppolo is coming from a tight end heavy set in New England. He's gonna love George Kittle this year again. I'm telling you.
Okay. I can see it.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm sharing the roster. No big deal.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's cool.
Ooh, fancy. Hopefully, I don't have any embarrassing emails. Let's find out. All right.
BigThoughties.com is just on a slide up there.
Sexy old man at richbigboy.org.
Yes.
All right.
But yeah, so after George Kittle, it's now you, sir, and I believe I also did not like this pick either.
Yeah, whatever, y'all. All right, now we're gonna go over here. And my third pick, that was a bit of a homer pick. OBJ in the third round. This is a big boomer bust with a heavy potential on the bust and a very low chance of boom. I'm gonna buy in. I'm gonna fucking drink the Kool-Aid that the core injury was a thing. He still had an all right year. It's gonna come down to what Stefanski does and if Baker returns to his rookie form. Speaking of, I do see him coming back. I think he has a resurgence. I think they have enough weapons where it doesn't just come down to OBJ and Jarvis. Donovan Peoples-Jones coming in, Austin Hooper, obviously the departure of Njoku, which I'm not super concerned about. It sucks, but the insane backfield. I think you can see OBJ have a resurgence as a top wide receiver again this year. So I'll take him with that third pick.
I mean, yeah, you're like I said, you're going to die by that sword. 2 very big boomer bust picks at wide receiver, especially with the number of assets that they have around them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't touch him with the 10-foot pole. So
if Stefanski runs it like he did in Minnesota, right, where he's having 2 big name wide receivers,
right,
who arguably you at some point could have taken OBJ and Jarvis over. At some point, I'm just being devil's advocate over Thielen and Diggs, which I think they balanced each other out really well in Minnesota, which was kind of how it worked. If he can utilize that kind of 1A, 1B wide receiver, I think they'll be dangerous. And I think you're not going to lose with Jarvis or OBJ. Honestly.
I mean, I want to agree with you, but I just feel like a lot of these tandem wide receivers are just not working out. I mean, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin did, but when you bring them together like that, they just don't seem to be working out, especially with the Browns. The Browns just have terrible luck. You already know that.
Dude, oh my God. Miserable. I saw something come through on like our Instagram feed today, and it was like the career or the past decade record of every NFL team.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Like the Browns with like 44 and like 117 or something like that. And I was like,
Yeah. The Patriots had a combined 35 losses in the last decade. 35.
Yeah.
No other team was like 20, even 20 or 30 wins or losses closer than that.
It's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah.
Anyway, fucking keep going. Shut up.
Yeah. So, well, I was
OBJ.
gonna say you have the next pick. So
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah.
Back to the great editing.
Also very interested on this pick because you shit talked him on our podcast.
Yeah, I
But
don't
what?
think he's an RB5, but I'm still gonna take James Conner. All right. Like you saying he's RB5 is a huge statement. James Conner being a fantastic running back and being able to maybe boom back. I've been talking myself back and forth like ever since we did the show. Uh, I don't know. I'm gonna look up where he finished last year. Oh God, 2019 he finishes running back 35, and before that he was running back 6. So I got a big old range of where James Conner could actually finish. But if he hits well, I'm very excited. Also, having Big Ben back in the system, I think, makes a huge bit of difference.
Mm-hmm.
Having Mason Rudolph throw you the ball inaccurately, not going to be great. Having
Or
Joe Hodges, not great.
throwing just namesake passes. Yeah.
So I'll
Yeah.
take James Conner in a contract here.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, fourth round, I've been so heavy on this guy, and you already know who I'm going with.
Oh, you're
I yeah, no. I've been really hyping this guy up. And that is Cam Akers. I think they're gonna run him like they ran Todd Gurley in his first couple of years, man. I think this guy's gonna have a huge, huge fantasy boom. And like
it's really there.
it really is. I mean, they get rid of their best wide receiver threat in Brandon Cooks. They have to rely on Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, who, again, I would call them like 2A, 2B. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't really consider either one of them to be one, which we've discussed already. So I really think that ground game is going to be prevalent, especially in, the NFC West, where they're going to have to fight for every inch in those games.
Yeah.
Every inch. Cam Akers, man, I see a huge boom.
Yeah. No, I get that. I'm with it. I mean, I liked Cam too. I didn't reach for him for some reason, but it's fine. Take an L. It's all right. I've also drafted Cam Akers a lot, so I was trying to avoid that because I don't want to be I want to get some tendency breakers in there, but
I mean, that's fair. That's fair, but at the same time, you have your guys. You know what I mean? You have your guys. If you know what spot you're picking and he's still there, you take him. I mean, the same thing with my next pick. Drew was telling me not to go with him. I like David Montgomery. I think he's going to have a big year. I think with the addition of Nick Foles, again, not a good quarterback, but also not Mitch Trubisky. So,
serviceable.
yeah, no, but again, he's going to be able to throw the ball at least pretty accurately if he's not hurt. David Montgomery, that ground game, that's going to be huge in developing that Chicago Bears offense. I think I really wanted Allen Robinson too, but that didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah. Wait, was Allen Robinson still available near 5? I didn't see. I don't remember seeing him. I don't remember a lot.
No, he went in the third round.
Yeah. Hey, Rob. Wasn't that Chris's bust? I gotta give him shit for that.
Yeah, it is.
Moron.
Yeah, Allen Robinson went right after Patrick Mahomes.
Weird. Respect it, but weird.
Yeah, but Cam Akers, David Montgomery back to back.
That's a
filling my running back slot. I'm excited about them. I didn't reach high for running backs because I feel like, if you don't have Christian McCaffrey or Saquon, all the other running backs, I think the top, the upper echelon is going to drop down. And I really think these rookies are going to step up and kind of meet them where they're at as far as fantasy production.
I could see that. I think there's a lot of upper riffraff through the middle, but I think a lot of these, I've said it, I'll keep ringing that bell. A lot of these rookie running backs, if not all of them, could have been RB1 in any system. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And I think even, if you're reaching for these guys, you just got to look at the system. I mean, I feel like any of these systems, you have to pay attention to who, what teams are going to run the ball more. Clearly the Rams. I mean, the Rams don't have Jared Goff is not a good quarterback. I don't care what people say. He's not.
Yeah, no, keep
So
going.
they're gonna hand that ball off.
I'm
They're gonna hand that ball off.
I'm gonna try to figure out who drafted Jared Goff, and I'm gonna DM them.
Fine by me. I don't think anyone. I don't know if anybody drafted Jared Goff. To be completely honest with you,
You don't see Jared Goff on the board, so
I don't see Jared Goff on the board
Jared
either.
Goff did not make it on. Actually,
Yeah.
Tyler Huntley,
What?
Tyler Huntley, the backup in Baltimore, I think made it on.
Yes, he did. Ryan Tannehill also did, and so did Daniel Jones.
I mean, look at who he's throwing to. He has a bunch of boom potential on that team. That's a whole other story.
He does, if they stay healthy, because he's had multiple injuries in that wide receiver tight end core.
Wait for Slayton, baby. I was trying to get Slayton too at one point. I think somebody snagged him out from underneath.
Someone probably did, yeah.
Yeah, Darius Slayton's gonna be another big year. But my next pick was we just did Connor. Kyler, baby. Kyler. A lot of people are actually expecting him to kind of step back a little bit, which I don't understand.
I can understand, but he had a good season. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't like it was enough to win a Rookie of the Year, huh?
He finishes QB8.
No, right. That's awesome. But I mean, like, you've seen other quarterbacks in their rookie season do much better than Kyler.
Right. Fair.
But again, this is just setting up my point. It has nothing to do with the fact that I don't think he did good. He just added the second best wide receiver in the league, if you want to call him. But how?
David Johnson, best receiving running back.
I'm gonna kill you. No,
Yeah,
dude. How do you regress? How do you add DeAndre Hopkins to your offense and then regress as a quarterback? That makes absolutely no sense. I wanted Kyler Murray. Drew disagreed with me, and we ended up with Lamar Jackson. So.
Yeah, with Kyler sitting late in like the 5th round, there was no way I did not take Kyler. He has
that's a good pick.
Wealth of options now, which I think will play in his favor. Have a nuke there. Hopefully Christian Kirk takes another step. Larry Fitzgerald still exists.
Yep.
Andy Isabella, I'm still banking on you to boom. So I don't know actually who they have lining up at tight end, but maybe they can do something with not David Johnson. Jesus, that season. I had that completely backwards. But Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't think of Kenyon Drake. I don't think he's going to do shit. But I think stretching out the field, air raid style, they'll be fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tyler, expect him to do more great things. I think the biggest thing with him, and I think Cliff saw this like the 3rd mark of the season, is you just got to let Kyler Murray be Kyler Murray. I feel like they tried to lock him into the pocket a little too much. And he's kind of good at that, like Russell Wilson improvising. And once he's out of the pocket, he's not like Lamar with the elusiveness, but he can get you extra yards. He's going to get you probably 10 yards. He'll get you the first on a run.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
you got to let him do that. And he knows to slide. He's smart about running. He's going to be dangerous. He's going to continue to be dangerous. So give me Kyler. Pick 5 or pick 7, 5th round. Nailed it.
All right, get in there. What's your next pick? It's coming back to you.
Kill me. We're going to stick with the Oklahoma guys. Marquise Brown as a flex. Love it. Marquise Brown slipping to me in the 6th round. Last year having the foot injury. We talked about this on our Baltimore show too. But last year had a foot injury, and he still finished wide receiver 46. So not fantastic, actually. That was a lot better. But he still had some stellar games. He still had amazing receptions, still able to make plays, and he had screws in his foot. He is now healthy. I will buy in on him every day of the week.
Hey, that's fine. If you want to die on that sword, that's completely fine. I mean,
how many swords do I have inside of me?
A lot of swords. Just a plethora of swords. Yeah, I mean, I like Marquise Brown. I just don't think 6th round is where you want to get him.
Here's a question for you that's random.
What?
Marquise Brown or Kyler Murray, who's taller?
My gut is telling me Marquise Brown, but it's probably Kyler Murray.
By an inch. 5'10" to 5'9".
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Thank you, Sleeper, for putting that up there.
That's funny.
I still expect him, though. He's a burner. He's going to do great things.
No, absolutely.
even with Lamar, kind of, if I expect him to dial back a bit, having Marquise as a flex in the 6th round, I'm fine with that. I'm living on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Again, like I said, it's your draft. You do whatever you want, baby.
All right, well, let's get over to you then and
All
get
right.
the sleeping on.
Yeah. So next 2 picks, I have Cortland Sutton,
Mm-hmm.
and Evan Ingram. We decided to handcuff the Denver Broncos wide receivers. We picked up Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy comes after Ingram at the 8th pick, I believe. Round 8. Round 8, yeah. Again, we on our Denver show, we talked about just how big this team is going to boom. It starts with Cortland Sutton. I mean, you saw what he did last year with, I think, Case Keenum for 2 games. Then no, was that the year before that? Huh?
Wasn't Case in Washington last year?
Oh, maybe he was.
I don't know.
So did Drew Lock play with him the whole time then?
No, it would have been Flacco.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Flacco first.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, he played well with 2 different quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least fantasy wise. I feel like he came out of nowhere. He played well for both quarterbacks, both styles. And like I said, I think that Denver offense top 5 this year.
The thing that I still refuse to understand, or I guess not refuse, but I just don't understand, is why have people forgotten about Cortland Sutton?
I don't know.
Game changer, but Cortland Sutton did a fantastic job last year.
Right. I think getting him in the 6th round is a steal.
Wide receiver 19 in PPR last year.
Yeah. And just example, how many wide receivers were drafted before him? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll count them. But yeah,
no,
I know.
Evan Ingram pick. Let's talk about that one.
So Drew is obsessed with Evan Ingram.
Oh, so is this a Drew pick?
This is a Drew pick, yeah. So Drew likes Evan Ingram. I don't disagree with that. However, the injuries with him concern me. So the reason why we picked Ingram is because our next pick was actually going to be Austin Hooper. Mm-hmm. I think someone got Hooper. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on.
Whoa. Wait, hold on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I got you, Boda.
Hold on. Where's Hooper? Hooper. Oh, no. Hooper's all the way down. No, Hooper got drafted in the 13th round.
You're going to hate this
video. No, but I did want a 3rd tight end. I wanted Noah Fant. I wanted that Broncos heavy offense because I think they're going to be a unit this year.
Yeah,
but again, when he's healthy, Evan Ingram has top tight end talent.
Right. Oh, 100%. But when he's healthy.
Correct. I think so like I'll agree with Drew on the pick on the basis of his talent rather than his track record. Again, if he's healthy, top tight end talent. Because again, he's their top weapon. I really think he's their top weapon on the Giants.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm. Receiving wise?
Darius?
Yeah. No.
Are you a kid? What?
No.
You're
get out of here.
Moron.
No, I'm not a moron. No.
You're an idiot.
No.
And you're only saying receiving weapons because you forgot about Saquon for a hot second.
No, I didn't. I know Saquon. Oh, my God. Really? We're going to go there. Obviously, I know Saquon's on the team. He's the 2nd overall pick in the draft for like the 3rd year in a row. Who the fuck is calling me? I'm sorry. Don't know who you are. It's Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram, if he's healthy, stays healthy, he's their top receiving threat on the team. I don't care what you think. Don't care.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's hear it.
All right. So 7 and 8. 8 was the biggest stretch I've taken. These are my fucking Swiss Army knife picks. Antonio Gibson, buy in on every league you can. Buy Antonio Gibson. The dude plays running back. He plays receiver. I'm pretty sure he returns. He is a versatile weapon. He is a burner. And having Terry McLaurin, having Thaddeus Moss, who could have another great year, or could have a great year, not another, could have a red zone, like, awesome year. Having all those options, and even if Terry steps back, Antonio Gibson's gonna be the guy. I'm telling you. If he can't play receiver, guess what? Adrian Peterson, getting older. Darius Geis, if he doesn't survive, pull him back. Antonio Gibson ends up playing as running back as he's banked here and becomes RB1 in an injured system and shines.
Right, but again, this is all based on the fact that you are saying that a lot of their pieces don't come through.
Yeah.
James,
I
love
mean
you.
they don't. But I'm heavy banking on Antonio Gibson.
Yeah,
I really believe in him.
So really, like you really like dug deep for these next two picks. Like,
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, let's
Hmm.
let's talk about another one that actually is more versatile. Lynn Bowden, who is a stretch too. He's going to be another dude who I think was it Kentucky. I'd have to look. No, I can't remember. Oh man, this is embarrassing. Yeah, Kentucky. I was right. I'm a genius. No big deal. Lynn Bowden ended up playing quarterback, wide receiver, and running back for Kentucky very well. Problems like off the field, which are kind of the big question mark, but in the system where Henry Ruggs is going to be your guy, right? That's your RB1.
Mm-hmm.
Your
wide receiver one.
Yeah. Sorry, did I say RB1?
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. Josh Jacobs, RB1 for sure. So those two positions are kind of the backup guy on both those ends can be Lynn Bowden. He is the guy, like purely off the fact that he's going to be able to get more playing time from not just being locked in as running back, wide receiver. He's very talented at both aspects. I don't think it's fair to call him a running back, but Lynn Bowden I'm going to pick, or I did pick at my 8 just for versatility. I would say, to be fair, don't draft him as early as I did. You can buy in on him much later and at a very lower cost, and you'll be fine. you won't have to worry about it. But
I mean, you can sell people on the utility picks, but it seems like a lot has to go right for them to actually boom.
Watch. If Antonio Gibson doesn't get 800 yards this year, Zach, I will pay you $100.
All right, bet.
Christ, he's gonna fucking break his ankle the first goddamn game.
Dude, I cannot wait for that crispy ass Benjamin to just
fucking
right
maybe
in here.
Bowden even ends up as fucking QB1 because goddamn Marcus Mariota and Derek Carr. Jesus, wrong.
If Lynn Bowden Jr. plays a single game at quarterback for the Raiders, I will run naked through the entire city of Boston.
Bet.
He
has to start a game for the
Raiders. A game.
Bet. This season.
Bet.
Get ready. You're about to be on so many lists. All right.
I know.
Let's kick it back to you for 7 and 8, though.
Yeah. Number 1 on Boston's hottest streets.
Jesus. Stay tuned for that episode. Thanks, Dirty Water.
Yeah, that'll be great.
I already did your 7, so around 8 and 9 for you. Judy, you already said. So, 9 and 10.
We wanted to – I convinced Drew into going for Judy. He likes Jerry Jeudy, but he wanted Justin Jefferson first. I was like, I think we should lock in that 1-2 punch in Denver first.
No, we ended up getting Justin Jefferson.
And we'll talk about it. And then right after that, I think we have our first, like, I think this is going to be a really good pick. Zach Moss.
Your first really good pick is Zach Moss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I think he's going to be on our team. I think he's our best sleeper pick.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, looking at everyone else, he has the most potential out of any of our players on the team to come out of
to come out of nowhere. Okay. I was like probably Jerry Jeudy. Dude.
No.
But
to come out of nowhere. I mean, because everyone expects. Yeah. I mean, not nowhere, but like you already have sort of an established back in Devin Singletary. And I put air quotes on that because
this is in the Heisman conversation. Like,
again.
At the beginning,
we're talking about fantasy,
no,
not real life. No, I know.
All right. Oh my God.
Zach Moss is going to come in. I think he's going to take over Devin Singletary's role. He's definitely I could see him getting goal line stuff, definitely goal line work. And if he's producing at the goal line, he's going to get stuff in between the 20s.
Okay. I can see it too. I mean, I'm buying into
Yeah.
Zach Moss. I love Zach Moss. So, yeah. I mean, out of nowhere, like potential, yeah, Zach Moss, 100%. You wanna kick to your 10 though? Because I love that pick.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I think it would be you
You already
next, but
talked about Judy before, so just run into 10.
yeah, sure. I can run it to 10, and then you can go through your 9, 10, 11, or whatever. 10, Christian Kirk.
Stud.
Absolute stud.
He's
Because
starting to
if DeAndre Hopkins isn't getting the targets, it's gonna be Christian Kirk. It's gonna be. And at round 10, like that's I think that's really good because they're going to be running the offense through Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. Christian Kirk is that accessory. He's going to be used in every other way that they can possibly find. And like I said, with Denver, I think Arizona, top 5 offense this year. Christian Kirk, huge part of that.
Okay, who's taller, Christian Kirk or Kyler Murray?
Oh, dear God. Again, my gut is telling me Christian Kirk, but again, I think it's probably Kyler Murray.
The tie, 5'10".
You're kidding me. They're literally the same. I'm the same height as them. That's so weird.
Yeah, way less successful.
Yeah. Oh, it's way less. Yeah.
He's had a couple solid years put together, finishing 58 in his rookie year, 38 last year.
Yeah.
700 yards last year.
Only one of us has been on a semi-successful podcast. Just saying.
Only one of us?
Yeah. Between me and Christian Kirk.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, Christian Kirk. You start your own podcast, you idiot.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you get 5 listeners.
It's 6 now. Don't you forget it.
We upped it. It's 6.
Oh, God.
My mom's listening now.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, no, I love the Christian Kirk pick. I thought, like, I banked on him a lot in his rookie year. Sophomore year, I ended up not getting him. Mm-hmm. He still showed up enough that it was like, oh, it's like third year. This could be it. So I'd have optimism for his stock to continue to keep growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, it's going to help him because he's not going to have to try to mold into that number one role. And he's also going to learn from one of the best receivers in the league while he's there. His game's only going to get better. I mean, this is the year. This is the year that he takes the leap, I think.
I highly agree. And also, it's not like he could be a one receiver. This is the year where it's not a question mark. Like his second year was like, is it Larry? Like, what's going on? And then now it's like, okay, it's clearly like you're the second guy to DeAndre, which is fine. Like, if you're trying to compete with DeAndre Hopkins, it's like, good luck, but it's also a good level of competition to have.
And well, here's my
in a role finally.
Well, so here's my question then. So if you're at that spot and you're looking at Christian Kirk or Will Fuller, and you have DeAndre Hopkins on your team, who do you think is going to end up being better?
It's tough. Will Fuller has those awesome games, but I think I'm going to go Christian Kirk for consistency.
See, I agree. I just wanted to see if you had the same.
I think OBJ.
Oh, God. Jesus.
You just watch. You fucking watch.
I'll watch them run to a 4-12 season.
Thanks, baby.
Yep.
On to mine. We are at number 9, and I realized I didn't draft a tight end, so I decided to go a little bit on this one. Reach a little bit more again. Another guy who actually had a lot more talking about him and then kind of like fell off for some reason. People weren't talking about him this past 2 years. Sneaky fire tight end.
Yeah, no, he's good. I love Mike Gesicki.
No one's talking about Mike Gesicki, but he finished as PPR 12 last year. Standard 11. Mike Gesicki is getting receptions. Like he had 89 targets, 51 receptions for 500 yards and 5 TDs. I expect that to go up with an actual quarterback under center.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. Like if it's Tua, if it's Fitzmagic, I think still. Either way, I expect them to be able to utilize Gesicki this year.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Gesicki pick. I'm huge on Mike Gesicki. The talent is there. I just think he needed an actual system, an actual quarterback that needs throwing the ball. I mean, just like you said, look at last year. He had Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing him the ball. Yeesh.
Yeah, like I said, still managed 89, 51, and 100 or 570 yards.
Yeah,
So I have full faith in Mike Gesicki. 2 healthy seasons. Hopefully the third one stays that way. We'll see.
yeah.
I love it. All right, so then we bounce and we go over here and pick 11 or round 11. No, sorry, round 10. Out from underneath Zach, I got Justin Jefferson. I fully
Bastard.
expect my dude to step in. Also, if you haven't realized, my bench is just full of year 2 and rookies. That was a big intentional. I wanted to show off and be able to talk about some of these rookies that I'm looking at, and I felt like it was weird if I didn't draft them. AJ Dillon, I fully expect Aaron Jones to regress off his TD. I think I can never remember the fucking RB2 name. Who's RB2 in Green Bay, dude? Why can't I think of it? Jamal. So I expect him to kind of lead a little bit more. I think AJ Dillon's the red zone back, and I think he's going to build off of that. You don't draft AJ Dillon in like the second round for nothing.
Third round, I think.
I think I was between second or third, but you don't draft him to sit on your bench, right?
No.
Like unless Matt LaFleur has something like weird planned, I really expect AJ Dillon to end up being in a huge role. And I think within the 20s, red zone, AJ Dillon's your guy. So
Could be.
yeah, Justin Jefferson, AJ Dillon, love both their potentials. Either way, like I said, Jefferson stepping in for Diggs, Dillon stepping in on regression. Watch. I think Dillon's a little bit more of a risky pick to actually too. Now I'm looking at it than Jefferson, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, these last couple of rounds, I just want to go through quickly. I don't want to go through individuals because I think at least for my last 4 picks. So Drew, this is a Drew pick because I'm not really sure. I don't really know who this is. Anthony McFarland.
Yeah, I had him too. It's weird. He's behind.
So I think
RB3, I think.
Yeah. So I think Drew is just looking for a deep sleeper. So I mean, I think you could be seeing something like he could be utilized in like a 2 running back set. If they don't like Jalen Samuels, on some looks, they could put him in or something like that. I'm not really sure. The only thing I can think of is if James Conner gets hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Maybe, but
we picked up Cam Newton. I think a lot of people seeing Tom Brady leave, people are staying away from Patriots offense this year. People, I don't wait. We talked about this, right? It was Julian Edelman, Sonny Michel, James White. No other Patriots players were picked.
Damian Harris.
Oh, Damien. Oh, I think maybe N'Keal Harry was picked up too. So maybe we're wrong. But anyways, I mean, for this late, Cam Newton, I mean, fantasy value, he could really be there because, the man produces his own yards. So
I buy into it.
yeah,
Like I said, he's top 5 QB when healthy. That's been
exactly. Right.
that
No.
is a stat. He has not finished below QB 5 when healthy. So I mean, Cam Newton's it's a risky pick, especially because he might be second quarterback for a while. But when it pans out, if it pans out, big pickup.
Yeah. I think the steal for us for the draft though, 13th round, John Brown.
John Brown.
I think John Brown at 13th pick is an absolute steal. I mean, the dude had a monster season last year. He was over 1,000 yards receiving. I don't remember what his receptions were, but what?
John Brown.
What? John Brown. But yeah, I mean, you add someone like Stephon Diggs. Yes, you see regression as the number 1 spot, but John Brown has never been that number 1. He's always been that number 2 role or a slot guy. He's always been, been able to produce the most from those positions. And I think he's got really good chemistry with Josh Allen. And I think that only takes a step forward this year, especially, getting him in the 13th round. I think that's a huge, huge sleeper pick. Not a sleeper pick, but I mean, I think it's a huge steal.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. You want to finish off and just talk about Paris Campbell real quick, or?
Sure. I mean, I'm not really sure how Paris Campbell's going to fit into that Colts offense now that Phillip Rivers has taken over. You still have T.Y. Hilton. Um, I'm interested to see he has the athletic talent to be a very good wide receiver in the league. I just don't understand. I don't know how that Colts offense is going to run. It's very interesting because they picked up Jonathan Taylor, and they have a pretty decent running back room. And Phillip Rivers is up there, man. I mean, there's only so many darts you can throw before your arm falls off.
Hmm. They got a quarterback too, and I can't remember who they ended up drafting. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Jacob Eason. Oh, they got Eason.
Oh,
So they have Jacoby Brissett and Eason. Worst comes to worst, but Paris Campbell, getting him in the 14th round. If he booms, great. If not, cut him and put in someone that's going waiver.
Right.
It's a great pick to just have there, like it's expendable.
Right.
Love it.
Yep.
Good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, now let's go over to me and let's get harassed some more. My pick 10, 11's done. So pick 12, I went with my man crush Monday, Baker Mayfield. Anyone who's listened to at least half a second of our podcast knows I love my guy Bake. Obviously, massive step back last year. Expect him to bounce back. I think Stefanski's offensive system runs a lot better with the way he plays. The offensive line getting revamped will help too. Getting Conklin and Wirfs and not Wirfs. I can't think of his name either. I'm so tired. Getting some offensive line help. I expect them to utilize just Sizik too. No, not just Sizik. Juszczyk.
Kyle Juszczyk?
No, not Juszczyk. Who the fuck do they get? I don't know. They got someone. I want to die. I can't. I fully expect them to utilize more blocking and give him time. Janovich. They got Andy. That's it. God. All right. Sorry, everyone who expects on us for reliable advice. My bad. I think Janovich being able to block more will help them. They have the pieces. Hopefully, year 2, they actually take it seriously. I know last year, a lot of them talked about them sitting back a little bit more. This is the make or break year for Baker, so we'll see. Brian
I
Edwards.
will agree with you on that.
Huh?
I will agree with you on that. I think this is make or break for Baker.
Yeah, because I mean, one great year, one awful year. So we got to get some level of like where you're actually at. If it was it Freddie or was it him? It was Freddie. Next up on the pick or on my picks is Brian Edwards, who will be a deep, deep sleeper. Definitely expendable for me. He South Carolina guy, you know how I do. But he's great at all 3 levels of the field. The only issue is his route running's not phenomenal. He's a great jump ball receiver. He's going to win about 90% of the jump balls he gets, but getting that separation, like you'd rather him be able to just get like past. But his hands are awesome. He's great at blocking, which doesn't do shit for fantasy, but actually could benefit other Vegas players. So I think red zone again. Look at Edwards. He could have a big year. It's one of those guys I got a low cost that I can expend. And then my last one, I love. We've talked about him. Dawson Knox is a backup tight end, 14th pick. I think Dawson Knox takes another huge step this year. We've talked about Brown and Diggs spreading the field. I think Dawson Knox is that last option through the middle. When he gets open field too, he like Omar said, he kind of runs like a baby kill. So I think Dawson Knox has potential to have a huge boom this year. If not, Asiasi. Just cut him and pick him up.
There you go. Yeah, no one drafted Devin Asiasi.
No, I looked at him too, but I decided to go Dawson Knox because I can talk about Dawson Knox and I'd hate myself if I drafted a UCLA player.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's it. That's our mock drafts. Obviously, we had 2 very different methods going at it. But overall, I think we had a great time. That's what's important.
Yeah, it was very fun.
It's not real life yet. We're just, talking about players, having fun with it, hanging out with some other cool pages. So, like I said, if you haven't already, check our post on the mock drafts on Instagram at Boda Sports. That has everybody you should be following for fantasy football. I don't know. I had another thought. My brain's fucking fried.
Yeah, July 4th messed both of us up.
Yeah, no, still recovering from that.
Confused.
Stay tuned for that too.
Yeah.
Sneak preview. We're eventually gonna have we tried doing a Boda Olympics. We had a combined one boomerang and I
Mm.
think maybe 30 minutes of footage I'm gonna have to cut through.
Yeah.
And the rest, and then we just stopped recording.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, real great quality content from us. I'm glad we could really put it out. What's there is solid. It's
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not bad.
So stay tuned
Yeah.
for that. Thank you as always for watching. Like, subscribe, follow us on everything at Boda Sports. James from Boda, at Zach Burrow. Yeah. Bye guys. Stay beautiful.